My beloved sisters, peace of mind and tranquility of the heart are among the greatest gifts Allah grants His servants. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. This ayah is a reminder that no person, no situation, and no insult should ever rob you of the peace Allah has already placed inside your heart. Your soul was created with dignity, and no one on this earth has the power to lower what Allah has raised. Too often as women, society places burdens on us, expectations, labels, and judgments. People may try to make you feel less than who you are, to undermine your voice, or to break your spirit. But remember, your worth is not in their hands, it rests in Allah's hands alone. Just as Mary, peace be upon her, endured solitude and judgment, but found solace under the palm tree when Allah sent provision at the moment she needed it most, you too will find Allah's help exactly when your heart is weighed down. Think about the storms you have already survived, moments when you thought you would never stand again, yet here you are. That strength did not come from people, it came from Allah. That unseen hand lifting you in your darkest night was Allah reminding you, do not grieve, indeed Allah is with us. Surah At-Tawbah 9:40. Imagine a candle burning in a dark room. No matter how deep the shadows, its light still shines. Your faith is that candle and your peace is its flame. Guard it, protect it. Do not let anyone blow it out. There will be trials, disappointments, betrayals, hardships, and even whispers of doubt. They may try to shake your heart and make you question your value. But when the world feels heavy, lift your gaze to the heavens and remember that the one who created you is watching over you. He has written your story with wisdom. The delay is not rejection. The silence is not abandonment. The heartbreak is not the end. These are simply pages turning in the book of your life, leading you to the blessings He has already prepared for you. So, my sisters, anchor yourself in Allah's promise. Don't let anyone steal your peace, because your peace is a gift from the Most Merciful. It is the garden inside your chest that no storm can uproot if you keep watering it with dua, with Quran, with trust in Allah. The future He is shaping for you is better than the past you are grieving. Do not trade your calm for the noise of the world. Do not hand over your heart to those who cannot heal it. Stand tall with the dignity Allah gave you and walk forward with certainty that His timing is perfect. Allah will send the right signs at the right time. He will open the door when the path is ready. Until then, guard your peace, nurture your faith, and prepare for the blessings ahead. The source of true peace lies in Allah alone, and when a woman understands this, she no longer allows the shifting winds of people's opinions or the weight of circumstances to determine the calmness of her heart. The Quran reminds us over and over again that peace is not something that can be purchased, negotiated, or demanded from others. Rather, it is gifted directly by Allah to those who turn to Him sincerely. When Allah describes His servants, He calls them the ones whose hearts find rest in His remembrance. This is a peace that goes beyond surface calm. It is not the absence of problems but the presence of Allah in the heart that carries a woman through storms with grace. When life becomes heavy and voices around her criticize, judge, or belittle, she must return to the remembrance that her true anchor is not in people's validation but in Allah's constant nearness. Consider the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ during the most difficult trials in Mecca. Surrounded by opposition, mocked by his own people, boycotted and burdened, his heart remained steady because Allah was his source of peace. He would rise in the stillness of the night, standing in prayer until his feet swelled, because he knew that the greatest strength and calmness flow from kneeling before the one who controls the heavens and the earth. If the Prophet ﷺ, the most beloved of Allah, needed that connection to stay grounded, then how much more do we need to root ourselves in it? A woman may live in a world that constantly pushes her to doubt herself, telling her she is either too much or not enough. Yet when she sits with her Quran and allows Allah's words to flow into her heart, she begins to see herself not through the broken lens of society, but through the unshakable truth of her Creator's words. She hears verses like, "Do not grieve, indeed Allah is with us," and she begins to feel the weight of her worries lifting. She remembers the countless times Allah carried her through difficulties, times when she thought she could not survive another day, but Allah opened doors she could not see. This peace is not fragile. It does not shatter simply because someone disapproves of her choices, because society imposes unfair standards, or because friends or family may not recognize her worth. It is a peace that sits deep within, unshakable like a mountain rooted in the earth, because it is anchored in faith. Imagine a river flowing quietly in a valley while storms rage on the mountainsides. The winds may howl and trees may bend, but the river keeps moving calmly in its course, carrying life wherever it flows. That is the peace Allah places in the heart of a woman who turns to Him, trusts Him, and surrenders to His decree. There will always be people who try to unsettle this peace. They may come with harsh words, with envy, with insensitivity, or with actions that break her heart. But when her peace is from Allah, they cannot touch it, because no one has access to what Allah protects. Even when the heart is wounded, even when the tears fall, deep within there remains a stillness, a certainty that Allah's plan is unfolding perfectly. And from that certainty comes resilience, the ability to keep moving forward without losing dignity, without losing hope, and without surrendering the calmness of the soul that Allah Himself has granted. Recognizing your worth and dignity as a woman begins with understanding that Allah Himself is the one who honored you. From the moment you were created, He breathed into you from His Spirit, and He declared that all human beings were made with inherent dignity. This dignity is not dependent on how others treat you, how society measures you, or how the world defines success. It is an honor embedded in your existence, placed there by the Creator of the heavens and the earth. When Allah speaks in the Quran, He reminds us that He has honored the children of Adam, granting them respect and value beyond measure. For a woman, this means that her worth is not fragile, not something to be traded or diminished by people's opinions. It is divine, fixed and permanent as long as she holds on to her connection with Allah. Throughout history, women have faced challenges that sought to strip away their dignity. Yet when you look at the women honored in the Quran, you see how their worth was never defined by those around them, but by their relationship with Allah. Take Maryam, the mother of Isa, peace be upon them both. She was alone, accused and judged, but Allah elevated her above all women, not because of worldly approval, but because of her unwavering faith and purity of heart. Look at the mother of Musa, who placed her baby in the river with trembling hands, trusting Allah to protect him. Her courage and surrender showed a dignity rooted in faith, not in the fleeting comfort of human assurance. These stories remind every woman that her value is not measured by how others treat her, but by how firmly she stands with Allah, even when she stands alone. Modern life tries to tie a woman's worth to external factors, her beauty, her social status, her achievements, or her ability to fit into certain molds. But none of these define who she truly is in the sight of Allah. A woman who bows her head in sujood, pouring her heart out to her Lord, holds more honor in that moment than the entire world could ever give her. Every tear shed in the quiet of the night, every sacrifice made for the sake of her faith, every act of patience when life feels unfair, all of it is seen by Allah, and all of it builds her worth in ways that no worldly recognition can compare. Sometimes the trials of life make a woman forget her dignity. People may speak harshly, dismiss her efforts, or make her feel invisible. Yet the Quran is filled with verses reminding us that Allah never forgets His servants. Every struggle is recorded, every injustice is noted, every effort is preserved. When you stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment, it will not be people's opinions that weigh on the scale, but the sincerity of your heart and the purity of your deeds. That is your worth, that is your dignity. Imagine a precious gem buried beneath the earth. To the untrained eye it may look like an ordinary stone. People may step on it, dismiss it, or fail to see its brilliance. But the jeweler knows its value, and with time, polishing and care, its true beauty shines forth. In the same way, a woman may be overlooked or underestimated by the world, but in the sight of Allah she is more precious than rubies and diamonds if her heart remains connected to Him. The trials that polish her, the hardships that refine her, are simply preparing her to shine with a radiance that comes from resilience, patience and faith. The world will test you, but you must not surrender your inner calm. Life was never meant to be free of challenges. It was designed as a test, a journey that shapes the heart and reveals who truly places their trust in Allah. Every hardship, every disappointment, every betrayal, and every delay is part of the examination Allah has written for His servants. For a woman, these tests may come in the form of people who doubt her, circumstances that weigh on her, or struggles that make her question her strength. Yet the peace of the heart that Allah grants is meant to be guarded fiercely, because once you let others dictate your calm, you hand over control of what only Allah should govern. The Quran repeatedly tells the stories of prophets and believers who endured trial after trial, but never surrendered the stillness of their hearts. Consider the story of Musa, when he stood at the edge of the sea, with an army behind him and seemingly no escape before him. The people around him panicked, their fear loud and overwhelming, but Musa said with unshakable certainty, "Indeed my Lord is with me, He will guide me." That is the essence of not surrendering your inner calm. The world may scream chaos in your ears, but inside you whisper certainty in Allah's promise. That whisper becomes a shield, a refuge, a steady flame that no storm can extinguish. As a woman, you may encounter moments when people's words cut deep, when loved ones let you down, or when life places you in situations that feel impossible. It is in those moments that Shaitan will attempt to shake your heart, to make you believe you are alone, to convince you that surrendering your peace to despair is the only option. But Allah has placed in you the ability to resist. He says in the Quran, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. This verse is not just reassurance, it is a divine guarantee that every hardship you face is already within your capacity to handle, and the strength to endure it is within you, even if you cannot yet see it. Think of your heart as a garden. The world may throw storms at it, winds may try to uproot it, and droughts may attempt to dry it. But if you keep watering it with dhikr, with Quran, with dubgah, the garden will continue to grow. Flowers may bend in the wind, but they rise again when the sun shines. Likewise, your peace may feel shaken in difficult times, but if you stay connected to Allah, it will always return, stronger and more resilient than before. This inner calm is not about ignoring pain or pretending hardships do not exist. It is about acknowledging them while choosing not to let them dominate your heart. There are countless real-life examples of women who carry themselves with quiet strength, because their trust in Allah outweighs their fear of the world. A mother enduring sleepless nights for her children yet still rising to pray. A young woman facing criticism for her choices yet holding firm to her faith. A wife or daughter enduring loss but finding comfort in the remembrance of Allah. All of them are living reminders that peace is not in circumstances but in surrendering to the one who controls circumstances. When the world becomes loud and demanding, they retreat to their prayer mats, pouring out their hearts to the only one who truly listens. That act itself is a declaration. The world may test me, but my peace is with Allah, and I will not surrender it. Signs from Allah arrive in the perfect moment, never too early, never too late. A heart that trusts Allah learns to wait, to watch, and to believe that His wisdom is beyond human comprehension. Sometimes a woman prays for something with all her heart, yet the doors seem closed, the silence feels unbearable, and the waiting stretches longer than she thought she could endure. But what she cannot see is that Allah is arranging matters behind the curtain of the unseen, preparing the way for her in a manner far more beautiful than anything she imagined. The Quran tells us that Allah is the best of planners, and in this there is a lesson: timing belongs to Him alone. When we reflect on the story of Yusuf, we see how Allah's plan unfolded step by step. He was thrown into a well, sold into slavery, and imprisoned unjustly. Yet at every stage Allah was preparing him for a position of honor and leadership. Yusuf could not see the full picture when he sat in the darkness of the well, but the signs of Allah's mercy were already on their way. In the same way, a woman may sit in the darkness of uncertainty, wondering why doors remain closed. But Allah is writing a story of elevation for her, sending signs at the exact moment her heart is ready to receive them. Sometimes the signs come in subtle ways. A verse of Quran that seems to speak directly to your situation. A person who enters your life with words of encouragement. A delay that later reveals itself as protection. Other times the signs are so clear they cannot be denied, like the sudden end of something you thought was good for you but which Allah knew would harm you, or the unexpected opening of an opportunity you never considered. The believer learns to read these moments not as coincidences, but as messages carefully placed by Allah to guide her steps. There is a deep beauty in surrendering to Allah's timing. Imagine the cycle of the seasons. A farmer cannot demand harvest in winter. He must plant in the right season, water with patience, and wait for the time Allah has decreed. In the same way, the seeds of your dubgah are planted in the soil of your heart. You water them with patience and trust, and when the season is right, Allah causes them to bloom. To rush the process or to despair in the waiting is to forget that Allah knows the perfect moment for every flower to open. A woman may feel restless in her waiting, tempted to give up hope, but she should remember that Allah is closer to her than her jugular vein. He hears the prayers she whispers when no one else is around, and He knows the tears she wipes away in silence. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every longing is recorded with Him, and when the right moment comes, His signs arrive with such clarity that she cannot mistake them. It may be the job that finally aligns with her passion, the healing that comes after years of struggle, the companionship that fills her heart with peace, or the strength to walk away from what was never meant for her. When the signs arrive, they often bring a feeling of deep calm, as if the heart itself recognizes the decree of Allah, before the mind can fully understand it. This is why the Quran says that hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah, because remembrance prepares the heart to recognize His signs, to see them not as random events but as divine answers unfolding at the perfect time. Even the delays are signs in themselves, telling you to prepare, to grow, to trust a little more deeply. And when the answer finally arrives, you realize that every second of waiting was not wasted, but part of the preparation for something greater than you had asked for. Preparing your heart for the blessings ahead means cultivating trust, patience, and readiness so that when Allah sends His gifts, you are able to receive them with gratitude and strength. Many times people pray for blessings without realizing that the heart must first be trained to hold them. Just as a vessel must be cleaned before it can be filled with pure water, the heart must be purified before Allah places within it the blessings He has written. This preparation often comes through tests, delays or struggles that refine the soul and strip away attachment to what is harmful. A woman may wonder why her prayers seem unanswered, but in truth Allah is preparing her heart, making space within her life so that when the blessing arrives, it does not destroy her, but elevates her. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. If he were to harvest too soon, he would find the fruit unripe and bitter. But when he waits for the right season, the fruit comes forth sweet and nourishing. Allah's blessings operate in a similar way. The waiting, the difficulties, and the growth in between are part of the preparation. When the heart learns patience, gratitude, and reliance upon Allah, it becomes fertile ground for blessings to flourish. Without this preparation, even the greatest blessings may go unrecognized or even misused. How many people receive wealth, health, or opportunities, but because their hearts are unprepared, these very gifts lead them away from Allah instead of closer to Him. Preparing your heart means trusting Allah's wisdom more than your own desires. It means understanding that what is delayed is not denied, and what is taken away is often a hidden protection. When you surrender your heart to this truth, you begin to see even the trials as signs that Allah is shaping you for something greater. A heart that is restless in waiting is like a traveler who tries to rush the journey, exhausting herself before she reaches her destination. But a heart that trusts Allah rests in the knowledge that the path, no matter how winding, is leading her exactly where she is meant to go. There is also an element of purification in this preparation. Sometimes Allah removes people, habits, or attachments from your life, not as punishment, but as a way of clearing space for the blessings ahead. It can feel painful in the moment, like losing a part of yourself, but later you realize it was Allah's way of making room for something better. Think of Ibrahim, when Allah commanded him to leave Hajar and Ismail in the desert. The test was heartbreaking, yet from that act of surrender came the blessing of Shams, the establishment of Mecca, and the fulfillment of promises that continue to bless generations. The preparation seemed harsh, but the outcome was beyond imagination. A heart that is prepared for blessings also lives with gratitude even before the blessings appear. Gratitude is not limited to enjoying what you have. It is also believing that what is written for you will come at the right time, and thanking Allah for it in advance. This mindset shifts your heart from desperation to hope, from impatience to contentment. It allows you to face each day with optimism, knowing that the unseen is full of gifts waiting for their appointed time. Visualize standing at the shore, watching the horizon. The waves rise and fall, sometimes calm, sometimes fierce, but beyond what you can see, a ship is making its way toward you. You cannot speed its arrival, but you can prepare yourself for when it docks. You can ready your heart with dua, cleanse it with forgiveness, strengthen it with worship, and steady it with patience. When the blessing finally reaches you, your heart will be ready to welcome it, nurture it, and use it in a way that brings you closer to Allah, instead of drifting away.